In 30 minutes, broadcasting's finest duo will hit the airwaves. Prepare for the incomparable Opie and Anthony Show. Only a show this big could have a pre-show this good. Welcome to the Opie and Anthony pre-show with Sam Roberts.
Welcome and good morning to the Thursday pre-show, counting down the minutes before Opie and Anthony begins. 866-WOW-1-WOW is the phone number to call the Opie and Anthony pre-show, 866-969-1969, and the phone lines are open. My name is Sam Roberts, and we'll be counting down the minutes by going over everything that's going to happen today, maybe, potentially, on the Opie and Anthony show, as well as reliving history and going over what happened on yesterday's show. Of course, on yesterday's post-show, we got into a discussion about the fact that Roland treats Sal like a big brother, even though Sal is close to 15 years younger than Roland. And yesterday, Roland left the office without Sal, and it took him 2.5 hours to get home. So there you go. There's a little lesson learned by all. It's okay to need a little help, Roland.
I don't like the post show.
It's okay to need a little help. Roland says he doesn't like the post show. Fortunately, everybody else does almost as much as the pre-show, which everybody loves almost as much as the Opie and Anthony show. Of course, yesterday was a big Opie and Anthony show. Bernard Hopkins made his triumphant return to O&A. No guests today, right, Roland? No guests?
Well, you know everything.
Yeah, he's mad at me. No guests today. However, a strong day for Opie and Anthony and Jim. A lot of stuff going on, a lot of audio to get to. Yesterday, Bernard Hopkins in studio, and he was talking about his memory issues. This guy is 49 years old, going on 50, and he's still boxing. He was in yesterday to talk about a fight he was promoting. I don't know. I mean, we had Joe Frazier in studio towards the end of his life, and those hits to the head do not do anything positive for anybody. But Bernard Hopkins was in talking about his memory issues and saying he's good as gold. Let's play that track.
First of all, I'm not having like memory issues, but I know I've misplaced this, misplaced that. And you got to sort of define whether you misplaced it, you're moving too fast, you're rushing, you got too much on your mind. So you get to saying all this, and some of it could be denial, or if you got too much on your mind, that's why you forgot. But no, you don't leave a running car all night in the garage. You know what I mean? Right. You're upstairs, and you wonder where your damn keys is at. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, yes, have I left my keys in the ignition and not have the car running and got out the car, grabbing bags and leave and come back and I can't find my damn keys. And you go and you see your keys in the ignition, but the car has been cut off.
Right.
Stuff like that. Now, I don't know what to take into that, you know, or whatever, but when you start remembering or not remembering, say, your kid's birthday, you start, you know, things that you know you're supposed to remember. Where you live.
Right.
You understand that?
Yeah.
I don't have that problem. That's when you know you got to, well, I think that when it's too late almost. To the point where, like, wait a minute, like, nobody spotted this. So someone close to you, right? Wife, girlfriend, friend, trainers, they have to pay attention not with the check you paying them, right? They have to pay attention to the fighter. And the fighter has to be honest in themselves and say, look, I'm not the same, or something's wrong.
I mean, fighters do have to know when to tap out, but I mean, I worry about Bernard Hopkins. Like when he says, of course, I misplace things every now and then, I worry that he's only one punch away from leaving the house and realizing he has no pants on. And that's not a shot against Bernard Hopkins. That's just me being worrisome. He's been such a good guest on the show for so long that I don't want anything bad to happen to him. But he went on at the end of the interview. Jim asked if he noticed that he was working out. And Bernard Hopkins had this to say to Jim.
Because I did 2 minutes of cardio yesterday, and I got very tired doing the Jacob's Ladder thing.
Jimmy.
Yeah, we'll discuss cardio after.
You look tired even talking about cardio.
Yeah, I really am. I secretly hoped you were going to say. I thought you were going to say I look good because I've been working out, but I look tired. You're right. Fair enough. Good point.
All right. He's got to go. He's got to go.
Listen. I might as well give it to you before I leave. You look terrible.
Thank you.
I'm going to make sure I send a priest by 12 o'clock.
Terrible. Almost like Charles Barkley. He's not a motivational speaker, this Bernard Hopkins. He's a fighter. By the way, speaking of motivation, if you want some early morning motivation, there is a wonderful photo of a very surly Roland over at O&A Show on Twitter right now that Sal just posted. While the pre-show is going on, Roland is just furious at 6:05 in the morning because they can't get home on his own. Let's go to the calls. Let's go to Lorne. Lorne, welcome to the pre-show.
What's up, buddy? How's everything?
Good. How are you doing?
All right. I went to Jim Brewer late Saturday night, the 11 o'clock, and I saw you and Opie walking out. And I didn't know it was you at first, and I saw this beautiful head of hair walking down the sidewalk. And then it turns out it was you and Opie.
Yeah, I like to refer to it as a mane. It's more like it's Samson-esque.
It actually, how many inches of height does that actually give you?
I mean, I could get a good 6 if I tease it.
It was very impressive. I failed to get out of the car because of cold girls that we were with.
What?
But, it was a pleasure seeing you out there, and I'm sure you enjoyed the show. I missed hearing it on Monday.
Oh, it was great. It was great. Thanks, Lauren. Yeah, Jim Brewer is one of the best stand-ups you'll ever see live. Larry in Illinois. Larry?
Hollywood. Time. Sammy Sweetheart, the F. and Roberts professional broadcaster, world-renowned professional wrestling expert, and originator of the blatantly stolen Lonely Virgin concept. And the only reason I went through the entire litany was in the best of, just before you come on the air, the origin of the Lonely Virgil concept on Tumblr.
It was on?
Yes, that was what the best of was before you went to commercial and your show come on, the origin of the Lonely Virgil concept on Tumblr, which was blatantly stolen.
I hope Deadspin was listening. Thank you for pointing that out, Larry. You the man.
You the man, Sammy, not me. I'm just a truck driver.
I'll talk to you later. Well, we went to Larry. Let's go to Superfan Eric. Superfan.
Shane Roberts, podcaster. How are you?
Great, Superfan Eric. How are you?
I got to tell you, if Larry's homophobic, I hope he sucked a big black dick.
Okay, all right.
Secondly, I'm not a shtick. This is the truth. This is who I am. I'm fired up at 6 in the morning. I'm going to work. I got to make hoagies. I live in the greatest city in the world.
And remind me, Superfan Eric, what is it that you do for a living again?
I make hoagies.
Right, that's right. I remember now.
Hoagie place. I don't want to mention the name of the hoagie place. I don't want a cheap plug, Sam. I'm not
Good.
about the plugs. I'm about you. I'm about the Philadelphia Flyers. I'm about the great city of Philadelphia. And I'm about freezing my ass off. What time is it?
It's 8 after the hour. Only 22 minutes to go before the Opie and Anthony show starts. Thank you, Superfan Eric.
Thank you, Sam Roberts, professional broadcaster.
All right. Everybody's got a shtick. Alec in Tennessee.
Hey. Damn it, I have a cold. Anyway, so about the Denny and Sal, whole spat yesterday.
Yeah, Denny and Sal got into a big fight on the show yesterday. They actually got into a big fight behind the scenes on Friday, and they were kind of hoping that it would stay in the office. I know at least Sal was definitely hoping it would stay in the office. But DJ Who Kid, who's a friend of the show, was videoing the entire argument and decided Friday evening to make a series called White People Fighting and posted a good chunk of the fight on Instagram. So it came up on the air yesterday.
Here's the thing. Denny wears mom jeans, has his shirt tucked in.
Which, by the way, if anybody doesn't believe, if everybody thinks that Denny is something that we've created for the radio, that's another thing you can find at O&A Show on Twitter. You can find a picture of Denny from yesterday's show. He is indeed wearing mom jeans with his shirt tucked in.
He wears mom jeans with his shirt tucked in, with a very, as Jim put it, sensible belt, has a tiny head, and is, by all accounts, everything that is wrong with regular radio.
Correct.
So how is it that he comes on the show without getting Ramoned into oblivion? And further, yeah,
I get the question, Alec. The thing about Denny is, number one, there's something lovable from Opie and Anthony's perspective, because they're looking at this guy. I mean, Opie and Anthony are soldiers in this game, okay? They've been doing radio together for 20 years. This is their 20th year of broadcasting. And they're sitting there, multimillionaires, two of the most successful people to ever do it. And they're looking at Denny like, holy shit, this is what can happen to you in this business. Because Denny's been doing it just as long as Opie and Anthony. And they're at two separate points in life. So I think there's some sympathy, and the fact that Denny acts as an example of what goes on in regular radio, so all the listeners can see that O and A are not bluffing when they say this is what it is. They bring in Denny and say, you see, here's the example. But let's play some clips of what happened between Denny and Sal yesterday. The real crux of the fight was around the fact that Denny, who exemplifies everything that is old school radio, is obsessed with free stuff. Any freebies that get sent to the studio, he wants to get his taste of. It's like Mafia, except Denny has absolutely no power. So we got into it. Here, let's play track 10, Sal.
I'm going to use an Italian term for a second. Denny is what is known as a gavone. It is a gluttonous person who just will always take and take and take and take. Now, I'm sitting there doing my work, right? Denny comes out of nowhere. You can eat that! I said, Denny.
I said, you can eat that. I didn't yell at
Yes, you did.
Are
Denny.
you that poor that you have to eat someone else's crab cake?
No, are you a cheapskate? No.
You love free shit, going to go in the garbage or not, then you might as well take it.
It was half eaten.
It's a sin.
No, it wasn't half eaten. It was like 4 of them.
That's a sin.
That's cheapskate stuff.
Yeah,
he ate
Is
3.
it cheapskate
That's
stuff?
cheapskate stuff.
Denny is a hawk for free shit. He's going through our garbage half the time. It's fucking you. You know what I do now?
What do you mean he goes through the garbage?
Our audio.
Denny goes through the garbage because sometimes we get a lot of nonsense in the mail.
I'll walk by. I'll see a book sitting on top of the pail. What are you guys throwing this book out?
You've dug it.
That's not being used in that office.
A book. What was a book or a CD? These idiots just thought they were colorful paperweights. I'm not going through for food.
You dug through the garbage.
No, you're wrong.
Are you a hoarder?
No, not really. No, if there's a good book there.
Not really.
All right, if you
Not
had a
really
book,
scares
he
me.
saved all the those old air checks on cassette. Yes, he is.
Did you ever take an eclair off the top of the garbage?
No,
it's just on top.
Never did that.
No?
Denny, I got a gift for you.
Digging in the garbage.
You got a book over there.
Garbage picker.
I got 100
picker.
years of crossword puzzles.
I don't do
that just
crossword
came in.
puzzles.
100 years, 100 crosswords.
But
sure
you know
want
what? That might be good for a giveaway. Thank you.
It's not good for a
Who are you
giveaway.
gonna give it to?
Who wants that? You never know. Somebody might want something.
You don't even do giveaways. He doesn't. That's the thing. Denny's like, I got to save it for a giveaway. Who is Denny giving anything away to? He doesn't have a show. I mean, he's got a shift on the weekends on like the 70s or 60s channel or something, but it's not live. You know what I mean? Oh. We moved on with the fight a little bit. Sal and Denny, basically, Denny had come in and asked Sal for free stuff. Sal had tricked him and then tweeted about it. And Denny got very upset that Sal tweeted. So Sal's annoyed on one end that Denny is asking for free shit. Denny's annoyed on the other end that Sal is tweeting about him because he's an old man. He's an older man and doesn't understand how the young people communicate. Let's listen to how Jim thought that we might settle this whole thing.
And
That's a who gives a crap tweet,
I didn't tweet
really.
any photos or anything. It literally just said, Denny, I put at Dennis Falcone likes to come into our office and eat our food. That's all I
just
put.
think
Why did that bother you so
And that's
much?
a
I didn't think
fucking
there was any
fact,
reason.
too.
Okay, but I didn't think there was a reason for it.
So what? You don't
So-
need to think there's a reason for it.
Okay.
Sal did.
Okay, so you know what? I'm going to admit I was wrong.
Wow.
Okay. I was wrong, and you know what? I went over and I said, let's shake hands and let's...
Well, you know, we do it differently on this show. It's an open mouth kiss. You know that, right? So
That's right.
You and Sal.
On the dick.
All right, so that was a team effort, I should say, by Opie and Jim. A nice open mouth kiss. Sal, was there an open mouth kiss behind the scenes?
No.
Oh, you didn't get to the open mouth kiss. Okay, well, we'll get there. We'll get there eventually. We had another. This was just a shot at Denny that I thought we should replay. Let's go to let's go to track 12.
We all know how Denny loves running up to human resources.
Absolutely.
Running.
Oh,
Really?
that's true.
That is true.
He's got his little plucked off daddy long legs.
Exactly.
legs.
Like a marionette up the steps. Old puppet. Here comes old puppet shins.
You do walk like a spider.
Yeah. I got hit by a car. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
I'm lucky I could walk. I'm lucky I could walk.
I know. I wish it would hit you in the vocal cords.
Getting made fun of for getting hit by a car is one of the most mean things that can happen, which makes me happy. Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy than Dennis Falcone. If you're on hold, stay on hold. We're just working out some phone issues right now. But in the meantime, there's a lot to get to. For us behind the scenes, we're kind of invested in what Opie and Anthony decide to do with their futures. And so I think there is sort of a little titter of nervousness that goes through everybody when O&A start talking about the future and whether or not it will be here. Because the thing about SiriusXM is they pay our salaries, and we'd like to continue to be on those salaries. But we started the show yesterday after O&A had been at Opie had been at Rich Voss's live podcast, and he talked about the future of the show and broadcasting in general. Let's listen to track 1.
And they put together a really, really nice show.
Yeah.
Really nice. And we come in here and it's 1998 with these microphones.
It's regular radio.
Tom Papa does. We do like Come to Papa's from there. That's what we do them in the Village Underground.
Yeah.
And they're set up well for performing and recording, and they have it kind of down now. And Bobby's done these before, and they always go great.
Yeah, and Bobby's produced it perfectly.
Yeah, he is an ass, but man, he really knows this stuff well. Bobby's great with podcasts and putting that shit together.
Yeah, nice music cues and everything. It was just tight. It was like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
It's a podcast.
Yep.
Yeah.
The place was packed. Everyone's laughing their asses off, and it was just a lot of fun, but frustrating. When you think about what this could have been. I don't believe it could be anything anymore, to be honest with you. I really don't. I think the radio show's fine. We do a very good job every day, but I don't really believe that anything spectacular is going to happen with SiriusXM moving forward. It is what it is, and I guess they'll just ride it out until probably podcasts just destroy this place.
I don't know if podcasting will ever destroy SiriusXM, just because, SiriusXM just has such a leap on podcasting in terms of being in every car now, built-in audience, and say what you want, but there is some quality programming on this platform. For instance, everything that airs on the Opie and Anthony channel, and of course, Dennis Falcone on 60s on 6. I don't think you can get that on podcasting. You'll never get that. A caller tried to call out Opie later in the show and bring up this topic. Let's go to track 9, Sal.
The fact is, we stopped doing meetings because we were doing it with people that had no fucking idea
They were useless.
or clue about how the show worked.
Yeah.
It was a complete and utter waste of time.
Waste of time.
And we've already done meetings with Tim Sabian because we respect the guy. So we probably will do more meetings than we have in the past.
Yeah, we do meetings.
But what a waste of fucking time that was.
Nothing ever got accomplished. Our guys are great. Mm-hmm. They'll play the game in those meetings, but to sit there and listen to management.
If one of the guys left, it just wouldn't work. Well,
there you go.
Whatever. I'm not planning on leaving, but the reality is, we don't have another 20 years.
20 years. Come on.
Are you kidding me?
40.
We've done 20.
Push for
no
40.
No one gets to do 20 years with the same nucleus of a radio show. It's very, very rare.
I know. They're gunning for me. I'm on my way out. I sense it.
The stuff that you're missing in the meetings are things such as Roland getting scolded because every time Eric looks away, he's flipping him off.
Oh, really?
Yes, that's what our meetings consist of.
I think if we do another 5, that would be freaking huge.
Great.
5, though.
Yeah.
That seems a lot at this point.
5 is a long time.
See? Thank you, Jimmy.
It's a long time.
So there you go. Jimmy backed me up. After a while, you just know, how much longer can we do all this?
Whoa, O&A. Before we say anything rash, there's a lot of people on this staff that are 30 and under. I don't know if 5 is such a long time. Maybe we do another 10. Maybe we do another 15. Let's keep this train rolling, huh? Let's go to some calls. We actually have I Hate Superfan Eric on the phone from Philly. What's up, buddy?
How you doing, Sam?
Good.
Just 2 quick comments. One, Superfan Eric is a cum-guzzling tool and needs to quit calling your show and wasting valuable airtime. And Roland rules.
Thank you very much. And Roland needs to hear that more often. He's very sensitive. Todd in Burlington?
Hey, Sammy, how's it going?
Good, buddy.
Yeah, that last caller was a fucking asshole.
Why do you say that?
Because Superfan Eric rules. I mean, the guy makes hoagies, and he's not making a shameless plug for whatever crap store he's doing it from.
That's true. And who wakes up at 6 o'clock in the morning to make hoagies? That's dedication, isn't it?
I guess he's making the bread.
I guess. Get it at Subway, though. Thanks, Todd. Peter on Long Island.
Good morning, Sam, the man of 1,000 segues.
That's right.
The caller, now, of course, timing is the essence of comedy, and I've been on hold for 20 minutes. The guy before who made fun of Denny, he really sounded a little bit mysterious. He had kind of a few one of these, you know?
Oh, I see
You
what
better
you're
be careful.
I see what you're saying.
Start a letter writing campaign against him, you know?
I got you. Thank you, Peter. Bart in Pennsylvania.
Good morning, professional broadcaster Sam Ross.
How you doing?
I'm all right. What's with the downfall of confrontational John? I mean, he comes on the show, and what every fan dreams of, Opie and Anthony accept and pretty much give him a free pass. The next day he got greedy and flubbed, and Opie cut him off, and he tell him to call in.
Well, I think your phone's breaking up a little bit, Bart. I'm going to drop you, but I think that the only thing confrontational John can do is come back strong today. He's got to call into the Opie and Anthony show.
Combative, John?
Combative. Yeah. It's angry. Whatever he is. Yeah, he's combative. He's not confrontational. He's combative. He has to combat everything. But hopefully he'll call in today. The character callers have just been exploding lately on the Opie and Anthony show. We took a very important call on yesterday's. We had a very busy show, but never too busy to interrupt from this caller. Let's go to track 4.
Yes,
Sal.
very busy show.
Very busy.
Hi, who's this?
This is Bobo.
Oh, no.
Some of my friends were suggesting they call in to talk about that experience of watching My Wife Hates Me live at the Village Underground yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he did. I have to say, I don't know what the heck makes them click that their heads are still together, but I've never seen a couple argue that much and still be together.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I really have never seen anything like that in my life.
In your whole life?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like that in my whole life.
Right, we heard you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Also, I do got to announce that I am doing a little birthday gathering before the Met game on the 26th of April.
You're throwing your own birthday party?
Yeah, well, gathering. I'm encouraging all my friends and family to show up. I got some that are going to show up also.
I ran into Big A last night, and he said you just kept babbling about your birthday party.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to make. I was worried about people showing up.
Uh-huh.
And, of course, you guys are invited.
Oh, well, wow. Thank you, Bobo, for the big invite. I appreciate it. Congratulations on all the Twitter followers.
You do realize they're not real followers, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. I realize that there's a lot of them that are not real followers. I mean, I know I got a lot of followers.
Well, not really.
How many is he up to?
222,000 followers.
How many do you think are real, Bobo? How many of those followers do you think are real followers of yours?
I think there might be 6,000.
Okay,
so 6,000 out of
222,000,
almost 250,000.
All right, we got to go. Thanks, Bobo.
All right, I'll see you guys at Super Show 3.
Actually, no, you won't.
Maybe not.
No, I don't think you made the cut.
Bobo, is Jim invited to the birthday party?
He is. I said Jimmy's invited.
Jimmy, you gonna drop everything to go to Bobo's birthday party?
No.
The emotion that Bobo evokes is second to none. I was having lunch yesterday with a very powerful person in the New York Yankees organization, and all she could talk to me about was how much she hates Bobo and asking me why do I keep having him on the show. It was really the greatest thing the greatest conversation I've ever had in my life. You heard, speaking of character callers in sports, big announcement in the world of television. Mike Francesa coming back to television. Mike Francesa will be back Hopefully we will celebrate that today on the Opie and Anthony Show by playing some of our favorite Mike Francesa moments. But that last caller who called me a professional broadcaster, oh, nothing makes me happier than the fact that O&A have turned against their own fans with the boys thing. Listen to this reaction. Let's play track 6.
Oh, let's say hi to John in Jersey. John.
Hi, Shaq.
Hey, buddy.
Oh,
fuck.
God damn
I
it.
can't stand it.
That should be an instant hang-up.
Yes, enough with the boys.
I love that most people don't even know the guy that did that.
I know.
Who's the guy's name who did that, sir?
I have no fucking clue.
Say.
It was Bruce Mittman when we were up in the Boston area at AAF, our GM. He used to call us boys.
Oh.
He would always come in, boys. Enough about the fabulous.
The check for the swiggy. Please don't talk about this.
He doesn't want you telling these stories anymore.
I know. He said it's bad for business. Boys,
That's
have
for
you seen
business.
Ozone? I'm a little light on the marijuana. Boys.
I love that they won't leave their old boss alone. He hasn't worked with them in 10 years or more, and they will not leave him alone. It's one of my favorite things ever. I have a lot of favorite things. Trust me on this. A lot going on today's show. Chris Birdman Anderson from the Miami Heat. I don't know if any of you saw this, but I found this clip of him on the Miami Heat post show, and he just went on and decided to be the most difficult guest anyone could ever be. He wasn't answering questions well. He was giving one-word responses. He was just adjusting his chair the whole time. It was great. Hopefully we'll play that. Updates on the Malaysian plane mystery. Of course, yes. As a matter of fact, we have time. Let's play track 2, Sal. Listen to Opie's prediction from yesterday.
They're starting to lean toward pretty much a ghost plane where everyone was dead or unconscious.
Giant plane.
And that plane was just through the night.
Till it just runs out of gas.
Or whatever, yeah.
Or like just autopilot clicks off.
Well, yeah, it wouldn't have run out of... You're right. You know what? It wouldn't have run out of gas because it was an hour into a long flight.
Right.
And why would the autopilot just
That's
click
true.
off?
Yeah, it wouldn't. Unless the...
Maybe it was just slowly going down.
Maybe that's it, right? Oh, man.
Or maybe there was no autopilot on. So maybe it took 350 miles to descend.
Well, if it's flying that straight, it just shows that there was probably an autopilot on or someone in control of it.
But they don't think someone's in control just because of how straight the flight path was.
Yeah. And then if you decompress rapidly, but it's not enough to bust the plane apart, the oxygen masks do come down. Like, I can't imagine everybody didn't put their masks on.
Well, maybe just the 2 guys that need to didn't. Maybe everybody in the back did.
Oh, shit. They're all just like, hey, I hope they're okay up there.
Boy.
They're just fucking crashed down.
Wow.
That's pretty bad.
I say they find something today.
Yeah?
Yeah, they'll find something floating
You think
around
today?
I think so.
Opie's big prediction. Did they find something yesterday? Absolutely not. It's still a mystery ghost plane. Nobody knows what's going on with this thing. They thought they might have found some debris in the water via satellites. That turned out not to be true. I don't know what's happening with this plane, but I'm sure we'll get into it today on the Opie and Anthony Show. We go to Alex in Ontario. What's up, Alex?
Hey, Sam, we got to talk about your outro.
What about it?
You go from a few seconds of beautiful people into Ecstasy of Gold, and it's just jarring. It doesn't work. We got to say the Opie and Anthony Show starts now and right into Ecstasy of Gold.
So after I say now, then the thing has to stop?
Just right to Ecstasy of Gold. None of that. You get that like 2 or 3 seconds of beautiful people. It doesn't fit in there.
Now, do I get to play the song as I'm talking out of the show?
I guess you could under your voice, but once you say now,
Okay.
you do the first note of Ecstasy of Gold.
Okay, Sal, have you taken note? We got Alex in Ontario programming the channel. Have you taken full note of that? Okay, Sal says fuck that guy. So my hands are tied on this one. So I think it's just going to keep going the way it's been going.
We'll do it today. We'll do it just like how this idiot wants it.
Okay, all right. We're going to do it like the idiot wants it, Sal says. Well, big O&A show today. Everything to get to that we talked about, the Chris Anderson clip, the Malaysian plane, of course. There was the building that exploded in Manhattan. Little people, big world are getting divorced. Mike Francesa back on TV, and a whole lot more to talk about today on the Opie and Anthony Show. You ready?
Yeah.
Which begins right now.